cut my arms off, please. Hey guys, it's Jess, and today I'm going to be talking about TV shows that are near and dear to my heart that a lot of people I know either just haven't heard of or just don't watch. And these aren't like popular shows that everyone tells you to watch that now if you've not watched it, it's because you've consciously chosen to not watch it. These are shows that you may have heard of, but you probably don't know that much about it, or hopefully you've never heard of it. So that's what I'm going to be telling you about today. Okay, so the first show that I think people should watch is a show called Resident Advisors. It is, I think, a Hulu original. Yes, it's a Hulu original. I found it like 2 or 3 summers ago. And it's literally just about some resident advisors at a college campus. And it's really funny, and it has Ryan Hansen, who's really funny. And I feel like a lot of the cast is in other things. You'll recognize a lot of the cast if you're watching it. And there's only like 6 or 7 episodes. It's a very short, limited series. I wish it would have gotten more traction and had more seasons, but that's okay because I like the small little packaged 6 or 7 or however many episodes there are, because it takes not long at all to get through the whole show, and it's a very, very funny show. The next show on my list is one that, it's like the only one on here that's not supposed to be a comedic show, and it is Touch. And I love Touch. It got canceled after 2 seasons, and I'm still very upset about that. And honestly, when I originally made this list, I had no idea where to find it because I made this list like months ago. And then a couple weeks ago, or like a month or 2 ago, they posted the whole series on Hulu. So God bless Hulu. You can watch it on Hulu, but I love Touch so much. Touch is kind of like Stranger Things in the sense that it's about these individuals who have these special gifts, and there's these bad scientists who are trying to like monitor them and take them and just keep track of their gifts for bad purposes, but it's different in the fact that it's less of a supernatural thing and more of a scientific thing. So Touch is definitely a very good show. Amazing acting, amazing storylines. The whole first season and second season are like 2 completely different shows, but also like cohesive together. You just have to watch it to understand what I'm saying, but the whole thing's on Hulu. I definitely recommend watching it, but then at the end you'll be mad that there's not a 3rd season because I think it ends on a cliffhanger. I haven't watched it in a while, but I love it so much. 10 out of 10. Great show. The next show on my list is called Suburgatory. It's another show that I haven't watched for several years, but my sisters and I would watch it like every single week. And it's just a show about this girl who leaves to live in the city, and then her and her dad move to the suburbs, and it's just about how she thinks the suburbs is literally like hell. So it's very funny, and the main actress from it is the original actress who played Mandy in season 1 of Shameless. So there's that, before they recast her. If you can't tell, I spend all of my time on IMDb. The only thing is I don't know where to find that show because I can't find it on Hulu or Netflix. Maybe Hulu will add it. I feel like Hulu always adds shows more than Netflix. I love Hulu so much. But I think you might be able to find episodes of it on like YouTube or something. Okay, this next show I love so much. My sister and I were obsessed with it when I was in high school. It is called Zach Stone is Gonna Be Famous, and it's how I originally found out about Bo Burnham, who's a really funny comedian and always has like really dark humor. And the whole premise of it is that he used his life savings right after he graduated high school to buy a reality TV show crew to follow him around and make his life into reality TV. And I don't know, I just think that's the funniest thing because I feel like I would do something like that. But it's really funny, and each episode has like a slightly different theme song that literally says what the episode is going to be about. Like the first episode, the theme song is him singing Zach Stone is Gonna Be Famous, and then there's different ones for each episode. Like one of them's like Zach Stone is gonna make a sex tape or something. It's just a really, really funny show, and you can still find it on MTV's website. You have to do a little bit of searching. I'll try and find it, and I'll put the links to everything that I'm talking about that has links in the description below. So I'll try and find that. I'll put it in the link below or in the description, but I definitely know that I can find it on MTV's website because I found it a few months ago when I made this list, and I made some of my friends watch it. The next show that I think people should watch is 30 Rock. I feel like most people probably know about 30 Rock, but I don't know if everyone's watched it because everyone who loves sitcoms supposedly loves sitcoms, watches The Office like 40 times in a row. I just recently watched The Office all the way through for the first time. The first season wasn't that funny, so I was very confused. And then I tweeted about how I didn't think it was funny, and everyone was like, give it time, it gets better. It did get better. It was very funny. But it's not the funniest show in existence, and I feel like people act like it is. 30 Rock, in my opinion, is so much funnier than The Office, but no one watches it for some reason, unbeknownst to me. But I love 30 Rock so much. I laughed so many times. I cried a bunch randomly just because I love Tina Fey and all of the other actors and characters on the show, and my new professional goal in life is to be Liz Lemon, which if you watch the show you know what I'm talking about. If not, watch the show and then you'll know what I'm talking about. But 30 Rock is so funny. It's honestly the funniest show I have ever watched. It's constantly like joke after joke after joke, but still cohesive storylines. And they had a couple episodes where they do live episodes, like filmed actually live, like SNL. And then they did a couple episodes that are in the style of a reality show. It's so funny. The whole idea of the show is that Tina Fey's character, Liz Lemon, is this head writer slash, I think, producer for her own sketch comedy show. Not that she's on, but that her and her friend created. And Alec Baldwin's character comes in and is like a new executive in the company and has all these new rules and wants to make all these changes. And it's just a very, very funny show to watch. And it has a great cast. I love the cast so much. They're all so funny. Such a funny show. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. If you watch one show from this list, watch 30 Rock. And the last show on my very short list of shows that I think people need to watch is Atypical, which is on Netflix. And it's a comedy, but it also has very emotional or like touching moments. It's about this teenager who is on the autism spectrum, which I personally love because my brother's on the autism spectrum, so I feel like that drew me in to the show. But it's about him exploring life as a late teenager. I think he's a senior in high school, and he's just exploring life, and it's just very fun and fascinating to watch. And it also gives you a perspective on how people on the autism spectrum think, even though some things I think maybe exaggerated in certain ways. It's still very fun to watch, and it's a very informative show as well as it is comedic, if that makes sense. So those are the shows that I think people should watch. I always feel awkward giving people suggestions of things to like watch or listen to or consume, because I feel like people are gonna be like, why do you like that? You're weird or dumb. That's not funny. But it's stuff that I think is funny, other than Touch, obviously, which is a very serious show. But those are all just shows that I love very much and feel like people just need to watch, because I feel like everyone just watches the exact same things over and over again. Like, I always see people talking about how they're watching The Office for like the 8th time, and I'm like, why don't you consume some new media? So this is me giving you new media to consume. Do with it what you will. Like I said, I'll put the links for all of the shows in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, or if you also enjoy any of the shows that I suggested, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, and then also go subscribe if you have not already. Thanks for watching, and stay gold.